Welcome to Networking Squared with Jerry O and Al Crawford. Grab your coffee, hang out for an hour, and learn from their business experts. Now, here are your business squares, Jerry and Al.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Networking Squared here with my partner, Mr. Al Crawford, sitting next to me.
Good morning, everybody out there.
It's good to be here today. It's been a fun week, been a very, very busy week as we start working in on the holidays and getting all of the networking that we're supposed to get done. I know that I've got a very busy week coming up this week and using all of the networking skills that I am learning on this show every week. What about you, Al?
I'm always learning, Jer, and I'm looking at my calendar right now, and it is going to be a crazy week for me.
Looks like we're going to have to get in this week. We're going to pre-record our Christmas show, and we've got a very interesting guest coming on for the Christmas show. So while you're doing your holiday unwrapping, who do we have that's going to be on for Christmas?
We're actually going to have Todd Gulich, who's the owner of Liberty Tire, and he has some charity things that we're going to be talking about on the show.
That is going to be really exciting. And Al, actually, you and I are going to have an opportunity to listen to our show on Christmas morning.
I'm pretty fired up about that. I'm the opportunity to actually listen to ourselves. And another thing for our listeners out there is that we are very, very close to having our simulcasts or the podcasts available within the next few days, and it'll be available on our Networking Squared site, where we'll actually have the ability to listen to the shows that we've already recorded, and they'll be out there for free for people to listen to.
That's great. So working on podcast, we're working on the shows. We're putting together the commercials. We're going to be in the studio this week putting together a whole new batch of commercials for all of our sponsors and all of our partners in the show, and we really appreciate that. And part of what we want to talk about, we're going to kind of lay out today's hour. And I want to talk to you about what are you doing to get ready for next year? Are you going to do the same as you did this year? Do you have a new plan? Are you going to put new tools in your networking and business toolbox? Al, what do you think?
Well, I think it's important. I think that it's something where this is the time of year that you need to strategize about what you are going to be doing. I know that we've just done that this week. We had a big meeting and we set our goals up for next year, and we talked about how we were going to do it and the things. Obviously, if you keep doing things the way that you've been doing them, you're going to get the same results.
Well, we had a big meeting, and the big meeting we're talking about is Al and I are part of the local business network, and we're part of the staffs, the administration. We are here to work with you to build your business while we rebuild Southeast Michigan. And the amount of chapters that we have just aren't enough, and we are now forced to open up new chapters, which is a great thing for us, and we are inviting people to check out Local Business Network, check out what we do, and you could be sitting in some meetings right with Al and myself.
It's a blast. It's something where it's a life-changing thing. Networking is a lifestyle. We talk about that all the time. And we really want you to be a part of it. If you're listening to us and you are in a situation that you want more business, come check out a meeting. Come visit us. It's a great experience for most people.
Well, it is an experience, and we are getting more and more interest. We did put together our next year's business plan. We had about almost a 4-hour meeting on it, and you know what? That's still not enough. We need to work on our business, as in Local Business Network and the businesses that you're in, whether you have a customer service type business, whether you are selling goods and products. You need to have the plan. And we want to talk about that. We may talk about that the next couple of weeks. We are going to talk about that in one of our segments today, later on. And we want to know, are you still going to be doing your business by yourself, or are you going to partner up and team up? And we have some ideas about teaming up. What do you think, Al? What have you got?
Well, I think we have a lot, Jerry, and I'm looking really forward to that segment, and I think it's something that people need to pay attention and make sure that they are addressing their business plans and looking forward and knowing where they're going into 2011.
having business tools, and that's what we put together. And on Networking Squared, we talk about the tools that you have. We work a lot, and we talk a lot about LinkedIn. We talk a lot about Facebook. And I know it's not a real big revelation, but this morning at the pre-production meeting, we talked about who would put together Facebook and who put together LinkedIn. And they were college kids.
College kids. Put both of them together, put them both on the map. And at last count, we were at 85 million people on LinkedIn, 800 million on Facebook.
So there is where some of your business is. The college kids know this, and they're gearing up. They know what to do and what to look for and where to put their efforts. And they are using Facebook and LinkedIn. And there is no way we can overstress that. Every business now, you look at commercials on television and it's got that little F for Facebook on there. How does that work, Al? Can you click on that then and look at that link for the advertisers or for the businesses that have that?
Yeah, and it's a real easy way to be able to see. You have companies that are spending millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars, to have this presence out there, and this is something that every small business owner can do for free. And the easiest thing that I say is that, hey, if it's something where you're looking at a big box retailer like a Target or a Meijer or any of those, they all have fan pages. You can click on those and you can see the different tools that they're accessing. And these are all free tools. These are the same things that you can do as a small business owner that you can emulate, and you can still have that same presence out there that they do without having to hire a staff to manage it for you.
Well, we invite you to give us a call, 1-800-923-9385. That's 800-923-9385. We don't always have this great opportunity of having an hour with just Al and myself, so we're really looking forward to it. We've put together some great stuff to talk about. We would like you, the audience, to get involved, so 800-923-9385. I just posted that number on my Facebook site, and if you have a business and you have if you have some suggestions on what we should be doing for next year, give us a call.
Yeah, I don't mean what Jerry and I should be doing, but we're talking about what business owners in general should be doing.
Well, and well, you know what? As we talk to business owners, we do learn, don't we?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying I don't want somebody calling in saying this is what we got to do.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell us what to do. I hate that. And don't call in, Mom. You're going to drive me crazy, okay? When I was in school, they said, you better get a job where you do a lot of talking. Well, Centerline High School, how do you like me now?
Yeah, I was told in sixth grade that if my handwriting didn't improve, I wouldn't make it to high school. And somehow I got through college. My handwriting still is horrible.
Yeah, well, it gets worse because we don't use it. So your plan for next year, what is it that you're going to institute? What is it that you're going to do to gain new customers? One of the things that we had talked about before was when you get on the telephone, and if you're going to use that phone to grab new customers and to increase your footprint, when you start calling people, are you getting people, or do you end up just getting voicemail? And do you get put into a black hole somewhere, and that time just is not well spent?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was doing actually outbound solicitation, and I was horrified to find out that a lot of companies, you'll call and you'll talk to a secretary or a greeter or somebody, and ultimately what they do is they put you into a voicemail that actually has no end to it. It's a black hole. There's never ever a person that's ever going to listen to that.
So if you're using that time, it's just not time well spent. So we are talking about using your LinkedIn connections, and I know that I spoke 4 times this week in front of groups, and I asked the different groups, are you on Facebook and or LinkedIn? And probably 60% of the people. So there are a lot of people that I think need to get involved in it. Now, not everybody needs to be involved in Facebook. You're better in LinkedIn because you're more business to business, but you certainly can do both. And your thoughts on that, Al?
Well, I think that as a little litmus test, the way that I really look at it is to say that if the people that you know, the people in your inner circle and the people they know, if those are your customers or clients, then Facebook is something that you have to have. And then the other part that is LinkedIn is that if you're more business to business is more of a time frame where you should be on LinkedIn. Okay, Chair?
Yeah, I had a really good experience with LinkedIn this week, and as I'm still learning how to use it and all the things that it can do, but I had a customer that needed a service, and they said, do you have any contacts? And I said, well, hang on a second. I got on LinkedIn. I used the search engines, and I was able to make that contact for my customer. My customer was very happy, and now I actually have a real good good buddy that I have just gotten work, and because he was on Facebook and that we were linked. And because of that, we ended up making a connection. So it does work. You got to learn how to use it.
Yeah, I think when we get back, we'll be talking about things not to do, though, on the other side of LinkedIn.
All right, and we've got calls waiting. We're going to get to those calls right after the break. We are Networking Squared. Jerry O and Al Crawford, thank you for tuning in this morning.